So hello everyone, I am Yen Chua from GKS Batch 2017. Last 2 years ago, I graduated from my master's degree, so Master's of Education in Korean Education from Korea University. So today I'm going to share with you some of my tips and other personal tips so that you could use them if you're going to apply for the GKS Embassy track. Okay, so for today's sharing, I will share with you choosing the right program and the right university. So, pinili ko ba ang right program and pinili ko ba ang right university? Let's find out. Okay, so this is me. So from this school where I graduated my master's degree from. So it's Korea University. I think this was the first picture I took there. Okay, so without further ado, these are my general tips. Okay, so for the first one, please know what you want. Okay, so probably I've thought about it once, twice, thrice, but please think about it hundreds kung pwede 1,000 times because changing the major once you pass no and you're now there, changing the major would be impossible impossible in most universities no, so it would be best if you really know what you want to pursue, what you want to study, ano ba yung gusto kong i-research. Okay, so once you're at the track and you're sure of it, so yeah, you could submit once you've passed sa university na yun. So I think it would be better also if you could search for the subjects required in that curriculum. So if you go to the university page, sometimes nakalagay naman yun per major. Sometimes it has an English translation, but most of the universities now naman meron ng English translation. So I think it would be best if you could research on that and then search for the detailed course descriptions ng bawat subjects na required doon sa major na yan so that you will have an overall idea how this course works kasi sometimes pwedeng parehas lang naman ng major but yung mga subjects no, so it's different from what you want to pursue, so it really pays to know about that course. Okay, and for the second one, please look at the restrictions. So this is a personal tip because for me, when I was applying for GKS, I originally planned to apply for Seoul National University since, di ba, yun naman yung parang top university for Korea. But yeah, there was a provision there na nagsasabi na hindi daw pwede mag-apply yung mga previous recipients of GKS. Since for me, I received GKS for my exchange scholarship, no. So hindi ako pwede mag-apply sa Seoul National University during that time. But since nagbabago naman yung mga regulations ng GKS every year, so you might want to check on the specific restrictions for that university. So sometimes it could be about topic, okay, and other restrictions. For the third one is to research. So information is all over the internet. So with just one click, so kaya na nating malaman kung ano yung mga gusto nating malaman. So since a lot of GKS alumni then have been posting their experiences, no? So it might be helpful for you if you really research yung program and yung activities there, yung kanilang course and how they treat foreigners, maybe if you want to take a peek on that. So yeah, everything is on the internet. So please do your research. Okay, for the next one, ask for personal feedback from really people who were part of the program and kung sino yung nakaranas ng GKS, and if you're applying for a specific university, for a specific program, so you might want to check some alumni na who have also applied for the same or who have experienced the same. So it really matters, the personal feedback. And the last one is to contact the professors of the same interest. So when you go to the university homepage, meron page dun for the faculty. So you could look at the faculty page, nakalagay dun yung mga contact details, well, at least for the email address. So maybe you could email that professor and then ask about your research interests. So how do they study that in their university? So what are the research interests na pwede mong gawin dun sa university na yon. So yeah, sometimes the professors they're really helpful naman. So this I didn't do, but my friends did this one and mukhang nakatulong naman talaga sila yung mga professors doon sa program ng mga friends ko. So yeah, that is also a plus. Okay. For the process, so of course the submission of requirements. So you are required to pass one original copy and then three photocopies for the universities. And then iko-contact na lang kayo ng embassy through email. So at least that was that before the pandemic. So yeah, so you will have a panel interview. I just don't know now how paano siya ginagawa, no? But during my time, it was three of us. Tapos there were four people sa panel. So ayan. This is the next step is an optional interview, no? So this is a university interview. So some people from the embassy track have been called by their universities. But personally, I didn't experience this one. So medyo belated na lang yung naging interview, not really interview, no. So it was a phone call. So I received my acceptance letter from the certain university, and then they called me. So they told me that please choose our university. So yeah, so and that was how what is for me. And then yeah, for the notification of acceptance, the three universities would notify you. Okay, so of kung ina-accept ka nila or hindi. But yeah, thankfully, fortunately, so I have passed all the universities I applied. So yeah, this was the email. So the notification for interview came March 30, 2017. So yeah, so it was scheduled on April 3. So, and the name panel interview. And then after such time, and so merong Kungmin University. Okay, I applied for Kungmin University. So I received this email May 30th. And then also Hanguk University of Foreign Studies. And yeah, Korea University from where I really graduated. So I selected Korea University at the end. So what helped me choose Korea University? So yeah, actually when I was choosing my three universities, dahil na-eliminate ka na nga yung Seoul National University. So one of the good schools then is Korea University. And then, of course, since I am going to study about Korean language education, and that is a foreign language, so I thought that the Hankook University of Foreign Studies would also be a good school for me to study too. And then for the Hongming University naman, during that time, they were offering great like student welfare. So I had free dormitory package and other allowances then. So actually that's yeah for more economical reasons naman why I choose Kungmin University. So in the end, I chose Korea University. And then I selected my major, which is Korean language education. But did I choose the right program? Okay. So for me, actually there was a mistake when I applied for GKS. No, I originally applied for Department of Korean Language of Education for as a foreign language, but I got into, I don't know, is it a happy accident? I don't know. I got into the mother language education department. So it's like Korean language education for Koreans. So during that time, I was really shocked. Like, this is 2 years of master. So how will what will I do about this? So I asked the admins if they could change, since it was really an honest mistake. Kasi they gave me the English list. And sa English list, apparently there were two Korean language educations, both of them Korean language education. But the one in front was, yeah, Department of Korean Language Education. Apparently, they have a different term for that in Korean. So you might really want to double check your major. But fortunately, my advisor was really very supportive. So in the end, I got to do research on the track that I want, which is Korean as a foreign language education. So again, when choosing the university in your program, you must be really, really sure and focused when you are choosing your program. In the guidelines for the GKS application, there are restrictions for the university, and then per program there are also some restrictions. So I think Korea University only accepts TOPIK level 6 Okay, for the program that I applied, so that's a Masters of Education in Korean Education right now. And nakalagay din doon if the program would be in Korean or English. So you might want to check the Excel file, no? So that you'd be sure if kung ano yung haharapin nyo once you've passed the program. So yeah. And again, for the universities, there are two universities. So for the embassy track, you must choose three different universities. So yeah, there are 59 universities there, and you must include at least one university from type B. Kasi yung pagkakaiba, yung type B is more regional universities. Okay, and then for the embassy track, there are 14 slots kay allotted for the Filipinos. So you might want to strategize well. So kung embassy track ba or university track yung gusto nyo applyan. Okay, and these are, although nakalagay na rin siya din sa details, ano, so just to give you the timeline. So by now, no, so it's the first round of selection, and then early April, late June, yung announcement of final successful candidates. Okay, so, and with that, I wish you good luck. And yeah, this is me graduating, finally graduating after 2 years now. I wish you good luck. And if you have questions, I think you can drop it. You could comment them down. Okay, so thank you, good luck, and stay safe.